Good evening. Alright, yeah, no, you've seen the thumbnail and you've read the title. I am not going to beat around the bush with this. Let's just get into it. Dalamadur. I guess I should probably start off with the more trivial stuff. In-game, most of us are privy to the fact that Dalamadur has two icons. What you might not know is that each of those icons is actually distinguished as a separate monster as far as the game's concerned. You can spawn just the head, or just the tail. Some things of note: when you spawn one half without the other, Dala's just idle. He does nothing. The tail kind of just idly flails and does his default animations. The head just kind of cycles its regular "I'm gonna just stare into your soul" idle animation and roars about every 15 seconds ad nauseum on loop forever. Some things to note though, you can still attack the head half and it will still react to topple damage, which I thought was very cool. But that is the only thing I can seem to trigger while it's in this state. What you might have guessed, if you do happen to spawn both halves, Dalamadur functions. I've shrunk him down for test purposes purely because A, I don't want to have to go to his map because that's boring, we don't want that. And B, I don't want him to crash the game by being too big for any other locale. But yeah, he works. He does all these breath attacks. He does his claw swipes. Hell, he even does phase transitions when you gain to different health amounts. Some other things to note, even at this size, unlike Duran Moran, the platforms still function pretty well. An interesting tidbit: the two halves don't even have to be close to each other, as long as you've spawned both of them. I haven't tested this in outside the map, but as long as you've spawned both of them in the same location, Dalamadur still attempts to function. What I've noticed is when you spawn both of them close together, at least at this size, and I can't get the coordinates exact, it seems that the torso and the tail seem to attempt to lock together before Dalamadur does any kind of movements and, you know, triggers normal behavior. But when you separate them, the top half still just acts like it's a full snake, but the tail kind of just wigs out. Some other things to note: if you spawn half Shah, half regular Dala, regardless of the configuration, they will stay idle as though you've only spawned one half. But if you are to attack the tail, the head still reacts to the damage as though you're attacking the correct tail. I don't know if this is just a coding oversight or if some of it just happens to match up because it's still technically Dalamadur. I just thought it was neat. Some other things to note on the subject of Shah Dalamadur. Like most things in this game, his particle and area effects do not scale to his size, which means his, the floor is lava effect is massive. Something else to note is it's very clearly meant to be in his map alone. It doesn't move with the terrain, it just forms in the exact shape of his map, which is kind of cool to look at, if a little cursed. The fact that you need both halves for anything to happen means that Dalamadur, I don't know what you're going to do with it. But realistically, if you don't make him the quest target, you could just stick a full-size Dalamadur in the corner of the map as a set piece. Could make for some good cinematics. Or You could just put 2 Dalamadur heads in the exact same locale and create a biblically accurate snake.
Be not afraid.
Truly the wonders of creation know no ends. Well, anyway, lads, thanks for watching. I guess I'd call this a tech demo? I don't know what it is. I just wanted an excuse to show people this stuff. I thought it was cool when I was screwing around with the quest data. I might, if I find anything else interesting, make more stuff like this. Probably with a script and maybe a bit more prep time, but for an impromptu thing, I don't know, I just wanted to have a little bit of fun. You know, whole usual YouTube stick, lads, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Join the Discord, there's a lot of idiots in there, we have a good time. I'll see you next time when I finally make something decent. Adios.